Speaking about Jimmy G, let's get right into our player GM for the day. You had the San Francisco 49ers. Their GM is actually John Lynch.
Yes.
But if you were John Lynch and you was in his shoes, how would you approach be a GM in today's press conference for the San Francisco 49ers and try to explain to us how would you go about improving that team, moving them forward into next year, and move them to be a championship contender team? Or is a team that can contend every week?
Yeah. I think there's I've been analyzing the 49ers and seeing what the weaknesses are and the strengths are of this team and what they can do to move forward and how to move forward in certain ways. But what we have seen from the 49ers lately, especially after the trade of Jimmy G,
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Garoppolo,
Mm-hmm.
ever since that trade, we have pretty much looked at how we thought we should look. In the last couple of games of the season, we've been on a nice little winning streak.
Correct.
We've taken down some, the strength of schedule has been a little bit not as strong as it was at the beginning of the season, but we was still a young team.
Mm-hmm.
Defense is very young.
Yes.
First round draft pick Solomon Thomas has actually having a pretty good season as a rookie.
Yeah. He was a high pick though.
We let go of our top linebacker LeVar Bowman
Mm-hmm.
and in placement of Reuben Foster, who has led the team in tackles and has been showing very good poise in pass protection.
Okay.
That was a big concern that we was having to see if he can do as well as he did in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see a little bit more with our tackle Buckner. I think his last year was a better season. DeForest Buckner.
The defensive
tackle. I think,
he should be a defensive end, but I see they're not really giving him the time to play on that side.
Yeah, it's more of a 4-3 defense, but it's just a lot of we have a lot of young players that is forming to become better run stopping, more better than pass rushing.
Okay.
Learning into more Solomon Thomas and his size is over 260. Okay. He's more of a big run stopper. He can pretty much set the gap, prevent the running back from getting in there, and contain the quarterback from moving. Okay. And one can punish the quarterback. And Buckner has been showing that he can have strength in that. Also the plays of Earl Mitchell, defensive tackle. He kind of remind me of B.J. Raji type of player, a good inside gap
from the package.
Yes. So he can hit the he can close the gap a lot, and he can also put pressure on the quarterback when need to. As well as our young rookie cornerback who just started getting into play, actually had one of his great seasons, picked off Carson Wentz when he played him in his first game that he started against the Eagles. Akilo Witherspoon, our third round draft pick from 2017. Yes, finally got the start. He showed he's had played really good games. Does not give up a lot of catches. Has been a pretty solid rookie coming out and coming into the season. We've had struggles with containing against wide receivers, giving up big plays. He's been a good helper there. We have a decent nickelback. I like him. He's almost kind of remind me of Bradley Roby, who plays for the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
But just will get more better with experience. His name is K'Wan Williams. So I see us in this draft. We probably will focus mainly on building that offensive line as well as some skill players. As far as cornerback, I see us taking us a cornerback probably late in the second round or maybe third round. That'd be the best time we probably pick a cornerback. I do like cornerback AJ Green out of OSU. He's a pretty solid, very tall, lanky, knows how to read the quarterback's eyes. I think that could be another person that we can play in there. And I think we can get him in late second, third round pick. Okay. But as far as first round, I've seen a lot of people projecting that the 49ers will probably pick someone as far as Saquon Barkley. But with the winnings, I don't think it's going to reach into that level. Okay. So with that kind of skill person, we're probably drafting probably 5th or 6th. He's probably going to be gone before he even gets that far. So I see, looking at our offensive line, I like how Jimmy Garoppolo has been playing. And I think going into the new league, him and CJ Beathard will probably have a nice little competition. I feel Jimmy Garoppolo probably takes over and starts for this offense. Um, I would just like to keep them upright, keeping the cornerbacks upright. As far as right tackle, right guard, we're pretty solid there. The center, probably we could talk with a little center. We've seen some certain players like Mike McGlinchey out of Notre Dame and Colton Miller. Those are certain offensive tackles that probably might look into maybe in the second round, maybe in the first round. We're thinking of picking up because of Joe Staley being 33 years old. We may need to find a replacement. And using this opportunity to get a person like Mike Glinchy will probably be the best thing. Have him come and sit behind Joe Staley. He was a solid corner offensive tackle for Notre Dame. I think only giving up only 2 sacks, not too many hits. Had some struggles against Clemson with those big powerhouses, but did held up strong in the majority of that game. So these are players that I think we will. I think I would most likely focus on as getting as the first round draft pick.
Okay.
Where he could stay behind Joe Staley, learn behind him, get a little bit of experience, maybe in 1-2 years, become our next starting left tackle.
Okay.
Also, I also like as far as running back position, Carlos Hyde is in his last year. I think we will be probably either addressing re-signing him or probably looking at players as far as like Le'Veon Bell, people that's coming off contracts. We're going to have a lot of money next year to spend. And why not spend in free agency? We spent a lot of players on draft picks. It's time for them to just be mature with older veteran players that can help them increase to go to the next level. And as far as running back, I feel with Matt Breida that we picked up last year, I think he'd be a nice change of back player. Almost like the guy out of Cincinnati, Giovanni Bernard.
Okay.
Almost in the sense of that, like where he
Sproles.
like a Sproles type of player. Like he could come in as a 1-2 back, but he could also carry the load a little bit. So I think probably taking Carlos Hyde maybe in a 1-year contract, probably waiting off, seeing if he has anything outside. We could probably snag him back up. If not, see us to probably go for a free agent in that part. As far as free agency, I think we would strongly take free agency in wide receiver position. As far as Jarvis Landry, that'd be a nice person to pick up that will help Jimmy Garoppolo better play as a quarterback. Marquise Goodwin has had a phenomenal year this season, the track star.
Yes.
Leading the team in receptions and yards. He's had an amazing game. He had a really good game against top corners. I think he had a really good game against Jalen Ramsey and AJ Bouye. Like he's showing that he can really play the game. I think putting another threat behind him, Jarvis Landry, who as a good possession receiver, that would help us mainly in red zone situations, so we can score more touchdowns rather than field goals. That's been our problem, not getting more touchdowns. As far as other players that can help if we do not be able to get Jarvis Landry is Martavis Bryant. That's a nice solid player that can actually help out and can stretch out the defense, and another passing option that who's he's a good route runner, and that can also help out with and spread out offense with our tight ends. Gary Kittle, rookie, he's actually having a pretty solid season. Not big of the blocking. You have Garrett Selleck for blocking, but as more of a he kind of reminds me of Dallas Clark in a sense from the Indianapolis Colts, from the tight end that played with Peyton Manning. I think he can be a really good passing option. So, and as far as defense, I think the defense is very solid. They said a lot of players, they feel like, I've seen that they pick 49ers picking Bradley Chubb or Ardeen Key out of LSU.
Defensive ends.
The defensive ends.
Okay.
Bradley Chubb and Ardeen Key, I think, are more run stopping. Like, I think they kind of resemble almost a Solomon Thomas. So it's like you're picking another player that you already picked up in the last couple of years. You have a Buckner, you have Solomon Thomas. They're almost similar players.
Okay.
I think at this point you need someone that can almost pass the rusher, but also can actually end the reg. Like I think a solid person for us to pick up in this free agency is a person like Ziggy Ansah out of the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
Had a phenomenal year a couple years ago, had some knee injuries, but he can, at any given time, he can always stop the run. The 49ers this year have been liable against big runs. he can keep that edge, and you can also move Solomon Thomas at different areas of the game, and you can move Buckner all over the field, and you keep Ziggy pretty much manning that right side, facing the left tackle mainly, and you have Solomon Thomas all over the place. He's not getting double teamed no more, freeing them up mainly to really hit the quarterback and having Ziggy watching out, and he's really good on screens, and he has 4 or 5 years of experience playing where he can understand when a screen is coming, where these guys can just pretty much feast and do what they do best. So I think that'll be a better option rather than picking up another young draft pick to see what he can do. I think right now, if looking at,
have a lot of young talent on that same defensive line.
Exactly, we've spent a lot of players getting of young players.
And it could be a playoff team.
They're very young,
close.
Very young. There's no need for any more young. You got rid of. I think you spend and you get another linebacker, another veteran, just to keep out there. I like Eli Harold. He's an outside linebacker. I think he's a nice good against the pass, and he almost remind me of McAfee from the Bears. McFeeney from the Bears. It was a similar player, where he can watch the running back, but he can also pass rush. Solid player that can help out. Ruben Foster's only going to get better, so he's going to help that defense.
Level talent.
Defensively, I think if you do need a stretch, it's going to be the cornerback position, just to mandate to make sure it's more solid, more depth, and the safety position. A lot of injuries happen. I do like Eric Reed, but he's in a contract year. You may or may not need to sign him. I think you do just because. I like Tart. He has good ball skills. Not a great run stopper, but great ball skills. I like him staying up there as a pretty much the eagle eye, watching the safety. I think that would help very much in our offense. Our defense.
Okay.
And I think that's pretty much how I would handle this offseason for the 49ers. And I think we can easily, with our division, we played tough against the Rams, who's winning the division right now.
Correct.
In both games. Played tough. Could have won them both. Seattle, we can see that they're pretty much the Legion of Boom. It's probably not the same no more. So that division, that team, I know Russell Wilson is probably having one of his kind of best but kind of worst seasons.
Correct. Numbers are better, but some of the numbers aren't as good as they have.
Exactly.
Interceptions and so forth.
Yeah, the touchdowns is pretty up there. His yards is up there, but the interceptions and certain turnovers up. But I can see that their team needs a lot of players to be rebuilding. That team has been formed from 2011. This is almost a rebuild, but they're not going to look as bad as a rebuild. But it's just going to be a reset. So with that, and then the Arizona Cardinals, very old team. They're also on a rebuild. They got rid of a lot of players. They're still forming it. They're looking for a quarterback. They still need a running back. Still need wide receivers. Their defense is pretty solid. Has been there better and better, but that offense still needs. I think right now we have a team that can honestly make the playoffs in the next season. All we need is just a little bit of veteran players. Nothing to stretch in the draft. I even see us trading draft picks. Trading our number 1 draft pick and going for maybe more draft picks later on. You can easily do that and get players.
Correct.
We can go after certain players that are on right now are in contracts and go after certain players and just take that and give up draft picks because we're not that far off from being a top above that division.
A competing team. Yeah.
A competing team.
Correct. It was a good take. It's a lot of information you brought to the table. I think you definitely would be a pretty good executive.
Thank you.
Did some pretty good work there. I do think the 49ers and John Lynch have done a good job to get to this point. They did a good job with the draft last year. Solomon Thomas is looking like a good rookie.
Yeah.
The trade they made for Jimmy Garoppolo is looking like it's finally starting to work out for them. Jimmy G looks like he might be a capable starter in this league. So we'll see. And the 49ers have a very good young defense. Ruben Foster looks like he might be a monster. He's going to be a potentially elite player. So I think the secondary can do some work, which I think you addressed very well. And their defensive line could become elite next year with the right move they make with that. Offensively, I think, they have a lot of young pieces, but they might have to focus in on doing some more things, like getting a star running back there, or a star wide receiver.
Even just thinking about it, I think what they can do is even use draft picks and go after Jordan Howard.
Yeah. That's an option.
That's a solid running back. Put him in that position. Even Joseph Ajayi, it's his last final year. You could probably, but I don't think they're giving him up.
I think he should, but who knows? They might get priced out.
You
And he might
never
want
know.
some more money.
I'm telling you, we have a lot of money to play with and a lot of early draft picks to play with too. You don't need draft picks right now.
Yeah.